The first time the alien distress call cracked across the void, it was already too late for mercy. I was on night watch at Lunar Relay 7 when the signal hit, raw, panicked, and bleeding through every encrypted channel we had. Not a plea, not a negotiation. A scream stretched across light years. And buried inside it were coordinates and a single translated word. Reinforcements. That should have been my first warning. But none of us understood what that word would mean once humanity answered it. And that was only the beginning. The signal originated from Keros 9, a frontier world on the edge of explored space, a place most humans had never heard of, owned by an alien coalition called the Valari Concord. They were old, advanced, logical to the point of cruelty, and according to every treaty on record, they didn't need us. So when they asked for help, it meant something had gone catastrophically wrong. Admiral Reyes watched the decoded transmission in silence. The room glowed blue from holographic projections of shattered cities, orbital wreckage, and alien silhouettes dragging the wounded through ash-choked streets. The Scourge, the translator whispered. They breached our final line. The Scourge were a nightmare even in rumors, biomechanical entities that devoured civilizations, adapted faster than any weapon, and left planets hollowed like bones. The Valari had fought them for decades. They were losing, and now they were asking us. But why humans? Someone asked. We're barely spacefaring compared to them. The Valari envoy turned toward us, four-eyed and trembling. Because you feel fear, it said, and still advance. None of us were prepared for the truth behind that statement. I was assigned as liaison, Commander Elias Morgan, former Marine, now wearing a uniform that still smelled like gun oil and regret. I'd seen combat on Mars, Europa, and once on Earth itself during the resource riots. But nothing in my past prepared me for Keros 9. The sky burned green from atmospheric weapon fire. Towers lay folded like broken ribs. Alien civilians, Valari, Kith, even species I didn't recognize, ran as the ground itself shifted beneath them. And then I saw the Scourge. They weren't machines. Not fully. They moved like liquid metal wrapped around bone, screaming in frequencies that made my teeth ache. They learned with every bullet that hit them. Our escort ship fired once. The Scourge adapted. What I saw next changed everything. The Valari commanders watched from a fortified spire as our small human task force deployed. Only 3 ships, a few hundred troops. You are insufficient, one Valari strategist stated flatly. Probability of success, 2.3%. I didn't argue. Instead, I opened a secure channel. Phase 1 complete, I said. The Valari tilted their heads. Phase 1 of what? That was when the sky opened. Hyperspace ruptured above Keros 9, not with the sleek precision of Valari jump tech, but with brute force tears that looked like reality being ripped apart by bare hands. Ships poured out, not dozens, thousands. Human warships, blocky, scarred, and ugly by alien standards. Each one bore scars from old wars, names painted in white block letters: Gettysburg, Fallujah, Verdun, Battalion. The Valari command chamber fell silent. Then the ground began to shake. They asked for reinforcements. Admiral Reyes' voice boomed across every channel. They got an entire human battalion. Drop pods screamed through the atmosphere like meteors. Human soldiers hit the ground running, weapons already firing. Tanks followed, Mechs, infantry drones, old tech mixed with new, welded together by necessity and rage. The Scourge reacted instantly. They evolved, armor hardened, weapons grew limbs. They countered our lasers, absorbed our kinetics, and then humanity did what it always did best. We adapted emotionally. We changed tactics mid-fight, sacrificing efficiency for unpredictability. Soldiers screamed war cries. Units charged when logic said retreat. Medics dragged the wounded back under fire, refusing to let anyone die alone. The Valari watched in horror. "You are inefficient," one whispered. I smiled grimly. "We're personal." But that was only the beginning. Midway through the campaign, after weeks of brutal street-by-street fighting, we discovered the truth the Valari had hidden. The Scourge weren't invaders. They were created. Deep beneath Caros, 9 lay a shattered research complex. Valari scientists had engineered the Scourge as a self-evolving weapon centuries ago. It broke containment, then morality, then everything else. The Concord hadn't called us to win. They called us to die, buying time while they prepared planetary sterilization. When I confronted the Valari High Strategist, it didn't deny it. "Your species is resilient," it said calmly. "Expendable. Your sacrifice will be honored." Something inside me broke, and then hardened. I gathered the battalion commanders in a ruined cathedral of alien stone. "They're going to burn this world," I told them, "with us on it." No one spoke for a long moment. Then Sergeant Hale, missing an arm, face wrapped in bandages, laughed. "Figures," he said. "So what's the play, sir?" I looked at the soldiers, exhausted, bloody, still standing. "We finish it," I said, "our way." None of us were prepared for what that would cost. The final push targeted the Scourge core, a living hive mind buried miles underground. Every step forward meant losing people, friends, names I'd memorized and now would never forget. The Scourge fought like cornered gods. They learned our pain responses. They mimicked human screams to break morale. They used captured soldiers as bait. And humanity kept coming. Because fear didn't stop us. It fueled us. At the core chamber, as reality itself warped around the Scourge mind, I planted the charge manually. There was no remote option. No clean exit. The Valari begged me to withdraw. "Accept extinction with dignity," they said. I thought of Earth, of wars fought for worse reasons than this, of humans who ran toward fire because someone had to. I armed the device. I survived. Barely. The explosion collapsed the core, severing the Scourge's adaptive link across the planet. Without it, they died screaming, devolving into lifeless husks. Caros 9 was saved. The Valari fleet arrived moments too late to sterilize the surface. They found human soldiers planting flags among the ruins, not in conquest, in defiance. The Concord tried to apologize, tried to explain. Humanity didn't care. We left Caros 9 without treaties, without gratitude, without looking back. But the galaxy noticed. They learned something that day. That humans don't fight because the odds are good. We fight because someone has to. And the next time the stars whisper for reinforcements, they will remember what answered the call.